asked to give an update on how I'm doing with my 2008 New Year's resolution. So we're heading to my flat in National City, California, about 5 miles south of downtown San Diego. Hello everybody. At the end of 2007, I made a vow to not buy anything new in 2008. Basically, I made a New Year's resolution in response to a call that went out from the Green Room on Arena. And since I made that vow, I've discovered that there's an entire movement happening in the United States called the Fregan movement, F-R-E-G-A-N. And this movement involves getting everything for free. Basically, my vow has resulted in me remembering the basics of simple living, living simply, and thinking a lot more about purchases that I make. And it has had some impacts on my life. But no, I have not been successful at becoming a freegan. I am not a freegan. It's too freaking hard. I usually would have more summer flowers out, but I feel guilty because I took that vow, even thinking about buying flowers, and so I'm not buying. I've been asked to speak about my freegan sins. Well, one sin I have is that I can't seem to stop buying shoes. So, is there anything besides shoes that I bought new in 2008? Well, actually, I have made a purchase of a sewing machine, but it was secondhand. I bought the sewing machine secondhand, and I bought the skirt secondhand. But as you might have been able to anticipate, I haven't been able to find fabric secondhand. So that's brought me to the interesting question of at what point does the effort to buy something used at what point is that not worth it? At what point is it ridiculous to be spending time and gasoline running around trying to find secondhand goods? I did try to make a pillowcase. I made it from a couple of old curtains. It looks okay, but it really doesn't work very well, and I wouldn't advise that other people use old curtains to make pillowcases that you actually intend to sleep on. It's really not very comfortable. And I made this pillow cover with my new sewing machine, my new used sewing machine, but not new fabric. Also, for my bedroom, I made curtains and a comforter cover with my new used sewing machine. And then if we go to the kitchen, I can show you that I made new curtains with my sewing machine.
Very nice.
I have discovered that many other people in the San Diego community are very interested in living simply and recycling. I joined a local listserv called Recycling San Diego. It's a Yahoo group, which turned out to be absolutely ridiculous. I was getting 30, 50 messages a day along the lines of free pot holder in El Cajon, must pick up by 1 p.m. I also joined an online group called Thrifty Fun, and specifically I did that because I was interested in crafts, especially crafts for kids, because I've been volunteering in orphanages in Baja and helping organize some craft activities. So I found a lot of people very interested in the living simply or the freakin' movement. At the same time, I have found that most of us today are very busy. Most families really consist of 2 breadwinners. Many families do, or else the other adult in the family is very busy with all sorts of activities in addition to raising kids. So I actually think that the Simple Life movement today is very different from the Simple Life movement of the 80s when I was a young single mother, and frankly we were just all poor and basically largely unemployed or sketchily employed, and we didn't talk about living simply, we were just surviving. Well, a good question is, am I giving away a lot of stuff as I'm living this freakin' lifestyle, or trying to in 2008? And the answer is yes. Specifically this year I am helping to head up a project to improve a library at one shelter in Tijuana called La Roca. And here you can see some materials that are ready to go to La Roca. Here we have some children's books in Spanish that were donated by a Friends of the Library bookstore at a local public library. We have some more books down there, a couple of cushions that I don't need, don't like, don't want anymore. And these are actually all Christmas decorations and Christmas lights. So I made this. It's my Stars and Stripes. It was inspired by early U.S. flags. I adore the early flags. I have realized that I wasn't any kind of a heavy-duty consumer before I took the vow. However, I must tell you, and I want to be frank, that I have spent more time thinking about what I want to do with the rest of my life. I'm past the midway point in my life. What do I want to invest in? What do I want to acquire? What do I want to accumulate? And I've really realized that I want to make some kind of a positive difference in the world, however small. So here's some pictures that I took last year at one of the Corazon de Vida supported orphanages in Tijuana. This is Esperanza. A busload of people went down. The big craft activity that day centered on Easter. There were a couple of craft activities. And there was a bunny, a guy dressed up in a bunny suit. The children loved him. And I took down some books that Harcourt had donated, children's books in Spanish. And I was just wowed by how the children immediately started reading the books. So did the staff, the resident moms who lived there. The books were a huge hit. Would I recommend taking a vow to buy absolutely nothing for an entire calendar year to other people? Yes, I would recommend it so that you can really focus your thinking. And no, I absolutely do not recommend that anybody try to become a Fregan because it's just insane. I've had to decide what's new. Okay, household cleaning goods are not in the new category for me. If I need dish detergent, I'm not going to live without that. If I need laundry detergent, I'm not going to live without that. And frankly, cosmetics fall into that category too. It's a big challenge. Take it on if you're a strong person, but really becoming truly a purist, a 100% Fregan, well, good luck. Keep me informed. Let me know how you succeed.